The bands aren't real good, so I'm trying to fix my printer that I screwed up. So let me see if I can figure out where I was at. Um, so my friend Dave gave me this printer, and all I know is that the screen has something flashed to it, and it has this logo, Insanity Automation, first layer. So I went on their website with firmware projects. I don't know anything about them. I guess I could click about us. Anyway, I think you bought this display and it came loaded with it, because I see on Amazon there's touchscreen ones that have a partnership between Insanity Automation and the first layer. So anyway, I downloaded their page here is really kind of hard to understand, but basically you go down here and you click into these different ones: Creality, Bondtech, first layer, and I found some firmwares. Okay, so basically we go into Creality, we click DW747, which I have no idea what the hell that means. I really don't know. When we click on it, we have all the 10 Pros and all the CR10s, CR10Ss, and we get past that CRX, and then we got Ender 2, Ender 3, Ender 3L, BLT, Host, ME, DW. I mean, so some of these are hex files. Some of these are going to be bin files. Most of them are hex in the beginning here. And Ender 4. I don't know what happened to all the bin files. So I don't know what the hell these are. Firmware. And it starts doing it all over again. So maybe these other ones are for the display. Okay, so we get, yeah, these are all bin. So the other ones are hex files, which means they're for the display. So you got to decipher all this. Ender 3 422, so it's 4.2.2, and we got lots of abbreviations. There is a legend key. So I think what I ended up doing, I have a 4.2.7 in the Ender 3 Pro. I guess we'll just call that an Ender 3 with a 427 and a BL Touch. I have no idea what DW means, but I downloaded that one, and I have the zip. So then I also downloaded the Ender 3 V2 427 BLT bin. There's a other one, LRZM ZM. They don't have a Neo version. Ender 5 Pro. So anyway, we have flashed the 3V2 first, because I'm pretty sure that was what was already on this printer. Now these are underneath the Creality tab, so there's also going to be another tab here. Let me collapse the Creality one. The first layer one was probably what was on here. I don't know what this DW746 and 745 is. We have 747, 746, 745. So this could be like something newer. I don't know. But I'm pretty certain that this was what was on it. And let's just see what we have. We have the E3 427 bin. Okay. E3BL Touch. Tall. I have no idea what that is. I'm just trying to look in here and see what the heck. E3V2 BLT Touch. DW. So, let's see what's in this one. Firmware. Did the other one say firmware? Yeah, they did. But anyway, and some of them say run out sensor. So we're gonna try this. All right, so I pulled the display. We'll plug it back in. Put our card in. So the only issue I see me having is depending on what drivers are in it. So let's see if it works or not. It might not work. Okay. Ender 3v2. DW 7.4. Completely different looking. What in the hell? Well, this is not cool. What the hell is this crap? My goodness. I'm not sure if we're compatible with this crap. My goodness. Well, I mean, it's something different, that's for sure. So, I don't know what that would be. Motion. But it's actually kind of not a bad menu system from what I can tell so far. Move axis. Soft end stops. Move X. Let's go here. Move X 10 millimeters. Well, that's kind of cool. Alright. It's definitely really kind of weird. Alright. Deploy the Z probe. Oh my goodness. Better watch out. I'm going to deploy the Z probe. Ooh, okay. Z probe. Stow the Z probe. Oh, look at that. Stow. Watch. Okay. Bed tramming. Homing X and Z. I don't really see myself leaving this firmware on here. But, I mean, you know, who knows? As long as it doesn't dig into the print bed, I'll be a happy camper. Ooh, what the hell? Okay. I don't know, what is it doing? Okay. It ain't doing anything. Okay. You're not even probing, dude. Alright. I have no idea what it's supposed to do. Temperature. Leveling tools. What in the hell? This is some weird stuff, man. I'm telling you, this is really weird. Okay. I don't know. What is this thing supposed to do? Heat the bed, I think, maybe first. I don't know. I don't know if it's heating the bed or not. I don't think so. Well, maybe, because if the nozzle is 18 degrees. So, I think I just want like a normal firmware on here, you know. I don't want this to be all complicated. Now, if it had really nice, like, you know, bed leveling like the Neo does, the Neo actually, when you revert back to the stock Creality, the bed leveling is actually not too bad. Boy, that's got to be the slowest heating of the bed I've ever seen. Like, seriously? Is it really heating? I guess it is. So, I'll come back to this when it does something. I'm not sure what it was doing. It did some homing and things like that, and it keeps displaying these different numbers. I don't know what the hell they mean. I'm heating the nozzle. I did figure out how to do that. So I'm just heating it up so I can pull this filament out of here. But I don't know what this thing's supposed to be doing. It says 0%. So I'm not sure. It just went here and then there and then there and then parked itself. And I'm not sure what it's doing. I think what I might end up doing on this one here is I might end up going on Creality's website. And I'll download the factory firmware for the V2, the Ender 3 V2 with the BL Touch, CR Touch. I think that this display might be goofy like this because there's a possibility that there's an incompatible issue with this firmware on the display, so I don't know. It did move over here. I don't know what it's doing. It's just been sitting here forever, so I almost think maybe it's not, you know, compatible. So also maybe we'll just try the other firmware and see what it does. But this to me seems kind of stupid. Basically, it never really did anything. It's been sitting here for a long time. So we get a different file. We'll stick it in here. Let's see what happens. I'm just trying to avoid having to update the screen. What was on here before worked just fine, but unfortunately, it's probably not downloadable anywhere, and because I don't know what version it is. So when you hear that noise, you know you have the wrong file. You just go ahead and shut it off. That one's not usable. I don't know if this one's going to work either, because it didn't specify or call out the particular motherboard that's in here. It just basically said Ender 3P BL Touch. But it hasn't beeped yet, so usually that's a good sign. So, but since I can't seem to find the original, whatever the hell the original firmware was for this, I'm probably going to have to just go ahead and reflash the display, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. We'll come back to it a little bit later. I'm going to dig through some more firmwares. So this is the other one. I accidentally installed it again. So I'm ready to try to do this other one. I think it's an Ender 3 Pro version. So this is like official, like Marlin firmware or something. I don't know. I think it's designed for touchscreen too. So there might be an issue there. Let's see if this looks any different when it starts. This should be the more correct version for this printer, but for some reason it doesn't work. Alright, so we're going to try yet another one. So this is supposed to be the Ender 3 V2 for a Bondtech dual gear extruder. As far as I understand, probably touchscreen. This is the same DW 7.4. Same stupid Marlin logo. Yeah. They're all going to look like that. I don't want that. So I guess it normally would just touch this and it would be, you know, do whatever. It's touchscreen firmware. They don't have anything else on their website. TM3D. Yeah, and there was like this address on here that said Amazon something. So I think maybe Dave bought the board and all that all at once. So this is probably set up for basically the other printer. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going back over to the computer, and I'm not going to bother to monkey around with any more of these. I'm going to go over to the Creality website. All right, let's get this card in here. Let me go ahead and delete this. Okay. And then probably won't let me delete it. Okay. So let's see. I had the page pulled up before. Creality 3D official latest firmware. Okay. Ender 3 open source. Ender 3 Pro, Marlin firmware, BL Touch, open source files. I don't know. Interesting. But I think the problem is, I think 8-bit. Yeah, I don't think it's designed for what I'm dealing with. We get Ender 3 Pro, 4.2, 4.7. What exactly is this? Source. Touchscreen kits. Print bed shake solution. Okay. I want to see. What does it say? Download. Alright. I don't want notifications. Let's see if it is downloading. Firmware. Okay. So, I have no idea what the hell I just downloaded. Ender 3 Pro. Okay. Extract all. And let's see what we got. Marlin version. Ender 3 Pro Chinese Marlin. Ender 3 Pro 4.2.7 BL Touch. Okay. That's awesome. Copy. And hopefully, maybe this is what Dave had on there. And every time I ask Dave a question, he's like, he doesn't remember, so I don't bother him anymore. Okay, let's go over to the printer. I really, really, really want to get this thing going. Okay, let's turn this thing off. This thing holds power for quite some time. Okay, let's see what we get. I'm really hoping this is just going to be that kind of stock Marlin Creality firmware. I can get the little splash screen and then go straight to just basically. See, it doesn't work with any of the Pro software, so I've come to the conclusion that the board in here is not compatible with what would normally be. I don't know what the reason is why, but it happens every time. Okay, I'm going to try something. So I got 4.2.2. So let's see what it'll do with BL Touch for the 3 Pro. I have a feeling it'll just beep at me. God, I'm wondering if Dave has the wrong board in here. No. Okay. Alright, there's a couple different files on the Creality website. I think the issue is the drivers that are on the board. I need to see which ones they are. But we're just going to try this one first and just see. And then if it beeps at me, it's probably the other one. Then it might not work because of the display. So that's the other issue. Okay. Ooh, what is that? Chinese letters. Okay. It's looking real similar here. Alright. I'm going to try the other one. Alright, here's the other one. I have a feeling it's going to do the same thing. Let's see. And I think I got to do something with the screen. I think that's the other problem. But I'm hoping that was just a Chinese version. Okay. It's the same crap. I have no clue how to navigate this. Okay, so this isn't going to work for me.